All right, we are going to begin Stress Less About the Test, GEA Test Preparation here at the University of Central Missouri. We have some things we'd like to do today. The first thing is give you an overview. Why should we take the GEA? We know we're supposed to take the General Education Assessment, but we may not know why. What do I need to know about the exam, and how do I prepare? Important. We're going to cover all three bases today. By the end of it, we should have a better sense of the task ahead of us. So, why do I have to take the GEA? I keep getting these emails in my student account saying, schedule to take the GEA so you don't get a hold, so that you can enroll. We've been reaching out to students to encourage you to take the exam. Well, here are the reasons why. The first, every student at the university, not only this university, but any university, has a general education requirement. We know those as gen eds, right? So we're looking for a common set of courses that all students are supposed to take. Why? We believe that these courses will help make you a well-rounded individual, not only with the skills needed to contribute to society and into the workforce, but to have the ethics, to have leadership, to have a broad range of common knowledge to draw upon to help make you the best citizen, right? So general education helps you do that. And this assessment is meant to gauge your understanding and acquisition of that knowledge. Next is it's important that your degree is accredited, right? So when you choose UCM as opposed to maybe let's say your friend wanted to start a university and said, hey, why don't you come to my university? We're going to call it Tom's University, right? And I'll give you a degree. And I'll print it up on Microsoft and you can take it and get a job. Well, the reason not anyone can grant degrees is because we have accrediting bodies that certify that the education you're receiving at the University of Central Missouri or anywhere else meets certain standards and is quality, right? And then finally, to be able to graduate, another reason we take the GEA, not only do we have it as a graduation requirement, we're wanting to show that general education you're receiving here is preparing you for upper level classes, right? We're wanting to show that the general education that you're receiving here is of such a quality that it would be accredited by any recognized accreditor. And then finally, we want to show that this general education that you've received at UCM is preparing you for upper level classes so that you'll be ready to graduate. So those are three reasons why we have students take the GEA. Now, 10 things to know about the general education assessment. The first is that it is multiple choice. It covers 4 skill areas, those being reading, writing, math, and critical thinking. To pass, you need to score 425 or better. So when do you take the GEA? After you've earned 60 hours. 60 credit hours. If you've earned 60 credit hours, you are ready to take the GEA. How do I register? I've included the link here. If you're watching this later, feel free to pause at this point, click here, and register for the exam. What happens if you don't register? You won't be able to enroll and continue taking courses at the university. Where can I get sample questions? Again, a great time to pause this video later, which I'll send the link to everyone. You can click here and see some sample questions, though I do have a couple included in this presentation. So you'll be able to see some sample questions from the GEA. How much does it cost? It's free, completely free for your first take. If you do need to retest, it will cost $20. And if you do not show up, a $15 no-show fee will be tacked onto your student account. Am I able to use accommodations for the GEA? Yes, absolutely. The student must request for the Office of Accessibility to send official approved accommodations to testing services 2 weeks prior to test date. Where do I take the GEA? 2 options. The second floor of Humphreys in room 216 is where testing services is located, or at the Missouri Innovation Campus in Lee Summit. So if you are outside of Warrensburg, you have another option at the Missouri Innovation Campus in Lee Summit. So this is what a sample question looks like, and this is taken from an actual practice test to give you a sense of what a problem on the GEA might look like in the math section. So take a look at this, and if you're watching this later, feel free to pause here and see if you can answer this question. I will not give the answer here because the practice exam does not. But notice that if you are struggling here, we're going to reference that later. Here's another sample question in writing. Again, this is not one that we're going to work through in this presentation, but it does give you a sense of the structure of the multiple choice exam questions. Again, if you find yourself struggling with a question like this, we'll give you some resources later on in this presentation to help you get ready for the GEA. So you've gone through a couple of these practice questions, and you've noticed that you're maybe feeling some anxiety or struggling with some of the content. Maybe you finished these math classes a while ago, or you find it hard for you to reference some of the material in the writing questions. What if I'm not ready? I'm going to give you 2 resources today that you can begin using right now to help you get ready either to take the GEA for the first time or to retake the exam. So we're going to get started right away, and I'm going to take you through step by step how you can access these resources that are completely free to you as a student at the University of Central Missouri. The first is Library Express or Learning Express Library. To access this, I've got the link at the top. If you'd like to pause the video now, you can click the link to see what this looks like. But I've included screenshots as well as instructions for how to navigate this, so you can access this today and get started preparing for the GEA. So at the UCM's library website at library.ucmo.edu, you will find a search bar and browse databases. I click Browse Databases. This will take you to a list of databases you have access to at the University of Central Missouri. You also have access to this off-site, but those instructions are a little bit different. I've not included them here for the sake of clarity, but if you do need access with that, the library will be happy to assist you. So you're going to go to L. Click L from the list of databases, where you will then click Learning Express Library. As you can see, it is a place to prepare for tests, for job and career tests, and as well as the GEA. Once you get to that site, you'll notice at the top I've got an arrow pointing to it. It already, if you're on a UCM's network, it will recognize you as being at the University of Central Missouri. This will make access a lot easier for you. Next, click Sign in and register, especially if this is your first time. Here you will register. You'll see it's already populated that you're at the University of Central Missouri. Register for this site as you would any other way. This is completely free to you as a student, so you will not receive any prompts for payment or anything of that sort. Be sure to use your UCM student email address. This will be required for registration, and will also be your username. Next, you'll see at the top a menu to click for centers. Click college students, and then I've highlighted the 3 areas for preparation that are going to help you most with the GEA: math skills review, reading skills review, grammar and writing skills review. So after you see those 3 headings, you'll notice that after you click there will be several options for practice areas and exams. I've included the ones that to help guide you in preparing, but also these are the ones that, should you need to retake the exam, you'll be required to complete and show a level of mastery to be eligible for your 3rd retake. So which practice exams are those? These specific ones here on the screen. So how does that look? Well, I'll give you an example here for math. Click Algebra Practice Sets. And then you'll see a couple options here. Select Algebra Patterns and Functions Practice 1, where you will start the test. Again, this test is not the GEA. This is a preparation, a free preparation for you to help orient you with the material needed to take the GEA. All right. So I've given you a screenshot of what this looks like at the top of the screen. I have not included the questions here. Those are cropped out, but at the top I'm showing you whenever you are done completing the 15 or so questions in this exam, you will click Score My Test. At this point, you will receive a score report along with the congratulations, and you'll be able to view your answers and see which ones were correct and incorrect. At this point, you're able to get a sense of how you scored on the exam. This will be important for this next portion. If you scored 70% or better on each module, I'd say that's a pretty good indicator that you are ready to take the GEA. However, if you did not score 70% or better, that's fine. Now we know where you're able to get resources to help improve your performance. And this is where the Learning Commons comes to help. The Learning Commons is located on the 3rd floor of the UCM's library and also online. I've included the website here, and this might be a good time to pause the video to click the link at the top and find assistance through the Learning Commons website. That's at ucmo.edu/Learning Commons. On the main website, you'll find resources such as tutoring in close to 100 courses that we make available to students. Writing help as well, as you'll notice several portions of the GEA include reading and writing and critical thinking. And so to get support in these levels as needed, we've provided this to you at the Learning Commons. Specifically, we offer help in mathematics from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, and that's walk-in only, or walk-in, you do not need an appointment, as well as from 9 to 5 on Friday. We also have online math tutoring available starting next week, and this will be from 9 to 11 on Monday through Friday, from 2 to 6 on Tuesday, from 2 to 5 on Thursday, and then Friday from 2 to 5. And we'll give instructions on the website and also in the tutoring appointment, which will be by appointment only, on how to access your online tutor. So students at UCM Lee Summit, students who are online are unable to make the Learning Commons. Otherwise, these are times that you'll be able to receive one-on-one math help through the Learning Commons, completely free to you. We also have dedicated reading and critical thinking support through the Writing Center in the Learning Commons. Again, this is on the 3rd floor of UCM's library in JCKL 3160. Here on Mondays from 3 to 5, Wednesdays from 12 to 2, and Friday from 3 to 5, you can get dedicated support to help you with the reading, writing, and critical thinking sections of the GEA. And so just to recap today, what we've done is we've given an overview of the exam and talked about why we're required to take it as students of the University of Central Missouri. And then we've also gone over 10 facts of what you need to know to be able to prepare, or what you need to know about the exam, so that finally, 3, you can prepare using Learning Express library available to you as a student, as well as services of the Learning Commons. We hope you have a successful attempt at taking the exam. If you do struggle, or if you're unable to pass it the first time, please make use of these resources as you attempt to take it again. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at learningcommons@ucmo.edu. Again, I'm going to send this YouTube video to students who still need to take the exam, or anyone interested to help you get prepared to take the GEA. We're not wanting you to stress out about this. We're wanting you to feel as prepared as possible as you move forward to take this important exam. So thank you for watching, and we'll hope to do some more videos like this for future opportunities you have here at the university.